Welcome, Michael. Welcome to the second annual Palm Coast State of the City Address. My name is John Walsh, publisher of the Palm Coast Observer. As this is our second annual State of the City, this year we made some changes in its format. The changes are a result of community dialogue, partner input, and PR. Thank you. This year, the meeting portion of the address from Mayor Holland is open to the public without charge. But immediately following her address, in the spirit of celebrating our city's successes and vision for our future, and thanks to our generous sponsors, a private reception will be held in the waterfront room here in the community center. When I heard the theme of the mayor's address, One Palm Coast, I thought, like some of you old-timers here in Palm Coast, One Palm Coast back in the day meant one Publix, one pizza restaurant, one church, one community center, and even one attorney. But this meeting is not about where we have been, it's about where we are going. I owe a lot of people a huge thank you for helping me produce this event, starting with Interim City Manager Bo Falgout, who not only kept the wheels of this event from falling off, but also for his leadership during our administrative transition. Thank you, Bo, for your continued service to our community. Thank you, Cindy Lane, for your help with our agenda and presentation, and Lauren Johnston and her team, who run this awesome community center, which just celebrated its first birthday. And last year's State of the City Address was the first major city event here in the community center. And if you had any doubt that our community was in need of the center, try to book an event. The calendar stays pretty full. Great job, Lauren. I would like to thank my staff for making it happen. Maureen Walsh, thank you, Maureen, for bringing all of these moving parts together for a tremendous event and celebration. The entire advertising team, Shawnee Ordonez, Allie Heydrich, Harley Moot, Susan and Jeff Moore, for having such great relationships with our advertisers and sponsors. A special shout out to advertising manager Jackie Santafonte. Jackie will be taking some time off to expand our Observer family. Jackie, Ryan, and Ari are expecting a baby boy next week. We look forward to Jackie's return in late May with baby boy in tow. And thank you to our sponsors. I take your support personally. It's you guys who believe, like I do, that Palm Coast is a great place to live, work, and play. Please share a round of applause as each sponsor is mentioned. Program sponsor, Coastal Cloud. Coastal Cloud, whose presence in our community is so much more than just a physical location. Mentorship programs, involvement in the community organizations and boards, and selfless contributions to our community to making our community better. Thank you, Team Coastal Cloud. Refreshment sponsor, Shimento Dwyer Hotel Grant and Kistemaker, PL. Remember earlier in my welcome, I mentioned that one day here in Palm Coast there was only one attorney. Well, earlier today I attended a special celebration, the 45th anniversary of Mike Shimento and his law firm serving Palm Coast. 45 years. Great job. Our favor sponsor. We have a brand new sponsor this year, Advent Health. Well, not really brand new, just a new brand. Thank you, John Subers, Lauren Dye, and the entire team at Advent Health for all you do for our community. Our parking sponsor, Elite. Some of you may not recognize them by their name, Elite, but I know you all will know them because of their vision for our community, their commitment to our community, and their investment in our community. I know you've all heard about one of their little projects here. It's called Palm Coast Town Center. I would like to introduce Douglas Properties and the Douglas Properties and Development Team. Team Douglas include Jeff, Christie, and Walker Douglas. They are the local management team driving the effort, and I might add, with great success. They've activated development of greater than 60% of the entire Elite portfolio within 2 years. And folks, keep your eyes on Town Center. It's game on. you to our city champions, Adams Cameron and Company Realtors, Captain's Barbecue, Florida Healthcare Plans, Intercoastal Bank, ViStar Credit Union, Yellowstone Landscaping. Thank you all for celebrating Palm Coast. Okay, on with the show. At this time, I would ask that you all stand and welcome the Palm Coast Fire Department Honor Guard as they present the colors. And please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. At this time, I ask Mayor Holland and Councilman Clufus and Branquino to come up and lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now, I ask that Roselle Peters join us here at the podium to sing the national anthem. Roselle is a choir at Matanzas High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs burst in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please take your seats. At this time, it's my honor to introduce Sarah Hale, who will introduce Mayor Holland. Sarah is the managing partner and co-founder of Coastal Platter, a senior business operations and technology executive. Sarah has 25 plus years in technology consulting industry. Sarah has significant experience with all operational aspects of technology consulting business, including service delivery, financial reporting, billing and collections, human resources, recruiting, staff development, and facilities management. I just have to ask, what does Tim do?
He sells.
That's all good. And more recently, Sarah has developed deep client experience in workforce and economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sarah Hale.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Palm Coast Observer, for inviting me to introduce Mayor Holland today. It is with great pleasure and honor that I am introducing Mayor Milissa Holland. She is not only a dear friend of mine, but someone that I admire and aspire to be like. Milissa Holland was elected the mayor in Palm Coast in November of 2016. She is one of only 3 mayors that the city of Palm Coast has had so far, which is amazing. And she's also our first woman mayor, which is very exciting. She's been a community leader in Palm Coast and Flagler County for over 20 years. She also served on the Flagler County Commissioner and on many boards of local organizations. Prior to her election as mayor, she was on the Flagler County Commissioner from 2006 to 2012. She was also the first woman county commissioner, which is another milestone, which we should all be very proud of in our community. She was then selected to be chair of that commissioner in 2008. Under her direction, the county adopted a strategic plan during her term as chair. She's also been involved with the Flagler County Future Committee to rewrite the county's comprehensive plan. She was the county representative to numerous local and regional agencies. Following her term in offices at county commissioner, she worked for Southern Strategy Groups, which is a lobbyist firm up in Tallahassee, and she created their whole department for doing local and city government practice for their practice. Mayor Holland has also been chosen as one of only 8 mayors from around the country to participate in the Mayor's Institute on Community Design. She also participated in the Bloomberg Philanthropies 2017 Mayor's Challenge, an initiative to help cities and leaders across the United States uncover innovative solutions to many of our pressing problems. What is most important to Mayor Holland here in Palm Coast is she's been incredibly involved with Palm Coast Innovation District in the town center. She's trying to attract high-growth technology and creative startups to our community. She's also just involved with our community. She's often speaking to organizations and to businesses and to churches and to neighborhood groups. She's listening to our residents' concerns and trying to keep them updated on what the city is trying to do to resolve them. And what I love most is she speaks to our students. She says they're her favorite group to speak to because they're always so curious and have open minds, and maybe we could all learn from them. Mayor Holland also works for us with Coastal Clad, so she's leading our local public sector department group to sell our solutions across the state of Florida with the goal of bringing more jobs back to the city of Palm Coast. We are so lucky to have a mayor like Mayor Holland. She cares incredibly deeply for this community, and she is so smart and has incredible creative solutions to problems. I learn from her every day. She is an incredible mentor to our students, which I already mentioned, but she is also a good friend of mine, and most importantly, she makes me laugh. So, here is Mayor Milissa Holland.
Good afternoon. Thank you, John Walsh and the Palm Coast Observer, for partnering with us, giving us a chance to showcase this very special place, the place we call home, the city of Palm Coast. Thank you all to all of our sponsors who helped make today possible. I want to recognize the elected and appointed officials from our community who are here with us today. First, my fellow council members, Eddie Branquino. Eddie. We have our Vice Mayor, Nick Kluvis. Council members Jack Howell and Robert Cuff could not be here today, but we do have Sheriff Rick Staley, Flagler County Commissioner Dave Sullivan, Flagler County Administrator Jerry Cameron, school board members Maria Barbosa, Janet McDonald, and Andy Dance. Superintendent of Schools Jim Tager, and we have Flagler Beach City Manager Larry Newsom. former member of our city council here as well, Jason DiLorenzo. I also want to recognize and express my gratitude to our city staff for their efforts in serving our citizens. I would also welcome our new city manager, Matthew Morton, who will help carry out the city's council vision for Palm Coast. Matthew? So we are here today to celebrate the state of our city. This is a very important year for Palm Coast. We have been a place on the map for 50 years. And on December 31st, 2019, we'll celebrate our 20th anniversary as a city. Our population has nearly tripled over these past 2 decades, with 86,516 residents strong. Our theme this year is One Palm Coast. I've been thinking a lot about connections lately, how we're all connected to the past, the present, and the future, as one Palm Coast. When I first became mayor, I sat in my office and gazed out the window over Central Park and our future downtown, and thought about the possibilities and the connections that would be necessary to move Palm Coast forward. I then looked around the room and thought about the things that I wanted to be surrounded by, to help inspire me, remind me of the connections that brought me to this point, and forge ahead with the connections necessary to make one Palm Coast. I then asked our team for a collection of Palm Coast photos, and I was very intentional about my selections. The pictures in my office are reminders of the connections possible in Palm Coast and truly the exceptional quality of life found right here. In our latest citizen survey, completed in February, Palm Coast earned high rankings for quality of life and overall appearance. We asked our citizens what they consider our greatest assets to be. And to no surprise, the top 3 were natural habitat, beautiful appearance, and recreational opportunities. The images in my office reflect our greatest assets and drive me every day to move Palm Coast forward. Our tree-lined trails and calming tree canopies connect us, and I'm proud that we now have more than 130 miles of connected pathways and bicycle lanes. With the addition of Lakeview Pathway, we're just wrapping up 2 sections on Sesame Boulevard in Seminole Woods, and we have another project on Citation Parkway now in design. Thanks to our gorgeous weather, our parks, and our location near the beach, we are fortunate to have an active outdoor lifestyle year-round. Our shared experiences with friends, neighbors, and family members connect us. This beautiful Palm Coast Community Center has been open for a year now, and we already have thousands of connections that have been made through social activities, recreational and wellness programming for seniors, toddlers, teens, children, and active adults. The number of recreational programs we offer has more than doubled. In the past year, we've offered more than 1,300 activities and had 822 reservations for weddings, birthday parties, and family reunions. And last summer, we hosted 1,337 summer campers. Holland Park is another exceptional amenity for us as a community to come together and connect. I am excited to announce that construction of the 2nd phase of Holland Park will begin in just a few weeks. This will make Holland Park even more exceptional, with improved amenities including kids' play and splash zones, activity lighting, and more shade coverings. Both of these projects were paid in full by sales tax dollars, with no need for us to take on debt. And this is one way our citizens can assist us with new capital projects. When we buy our gas and groceries here, shop at our local retailers, and dine at Palm Coast restaurants, it helps our local economy. but it also directly benefits our residents because a portion of their sales tax is returned to the city of Palm Coast for two purposes: to keep taxes down and to fund capital projects such as sidewalks, street improvements, and parks. So be local, buy local. With our focus on an active lifestyle, we are fortunate to have a dozen beautiful parks, a sports complex, and our world-class golf course and tennis center. This year was our 10th year hosting a USTA professional tennis tournament at the Palm Coast Tennis Center. In 2015, we were thrilled to have Palm Coast's very own Riley Opelka play in the tournament, and later that year, he won the Junior Wimbledon tournament at the age of 17. Riley grew up playing tennis at Grand Haven and other local courts. Obviously, he got really good. Former pro tennis player and coach Tom Gullickson helped in his development. During my term, I have been most inspired by our talented youth who truly are our future. I have watched Riley grow up and become one of the top tennis players in the world, recently winning his first major tournament, the New York Open. Today, he is ranked 56th in the world. I truly could not be more proud of him and how he carries the Palm Coast banner to the tennis world. Riley is a shining example of the potential of the youth in our community. He shows us that you can really achieve anything if you work hard and go for it. For that reason, I have selected him to receive the 2019 Mayor's Next Generation Award. His father, George, is here with us today to receive the award on Riley's behalf. George, please join me, and please let him know how Palm Coast proud we are of him. You think George is tall, you should actually see Riley. What is 7 foot? 7 foot. So, but an extraordinary young man. The city's mission is to provide our residents, visitors, and business community with exceptional services to improve our quality of life, grow the local economy, and protect the natural environment through a planned, integrative approach using available technology. This year, we had many accomplishments to support our 6 overarching goals. Our annual progress report and a summary of our budget is being provided to each of you, but I will just highlight a few. We opened our 2nd wastewater treatment plant and expanded our use of reclaimed water. We adopted a new master plan to add more streetlights on major roadways. And we've just completed installation of 42 streetlights on Lakeview Boulevard, and Belterre Parkway is under design. We improved intersections at Belterre and State Road 100, and also Seminole Woods and State Road 100 to improve safety. We are now in our 3rd phase for the traffic signal optimization to improve traffic flow. The Florida Department of Transportation has funded the first phase of our #1 transportation project, the widening of Old Kings Road from Palm Coast Parkway North toward Matanzas High School. And construction will begin next year on this first phase. Following the last few years of unprecedented rain events, a big project we have launched this year is a comprehensive stormwater management plan to address drainage issues across Palm Coast. Using the latest technology, you will see a brand new approach to improve stormwater flow in our ditches and our canals so swales ultimately drain better. We've already started 2 major projects in the W and the E sections, and there's so much more to come over the next few years. We want to ensure our homes and property are protected from flood. Public safety continues to be a major focus for us. With the retirement of Mike Beal, we swore in new fire chief, Jerry Forte. To date, 10 fire volunteers have become full-time career firefighters through the department's innovative internship program. We are providing hands-on experience and training to the students in Flagler Palm Coast High School's Fire Leadership Academy, and Palm Coast Fire Department has become a leader in strategies to reduce firefighters' exposure to cancer risks, a particular occupational hazard in firefighting. For law enforcement, we are fortunate to have a strong connection with the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Rick Staley recently reported to the City Council that crime dropped 22% in 2018. We funded 5 additional deputies for traffic enforcement, and the number of fatal accidents decreased 42%. Sheriff Staley restructured community policing to reflect the 3 districts that are unique to our community in Flagler County: the Beaches, Flagler West, and Palm Coast, to allow deputies the ability to familiarize themselves with each area in order to build partnerships with the residents and the businesses there. School safety is also a top priority, with a deputy in every school and 2 in the high schools. 82% of our residents surveyed said they feel safe in their neighborhood and rate our law enforcement services as excellent or good. I have worked closely with Sheriff Staley over the past 2 years and have been incredibly impressed by his commitment to our citizens and to his efforts to decrease crime and improve safety. Today, I would like to honor Sheriff Staley for his service. Sheriff, would you please come forward to receive the 2019 Mayor's Public Service Award.
I would just like to say I accept this on behalf of the 313 men and women that serve you. They're the ones that really earned it. Thank you.
So many accomplishments and achievements in 1 year, and there is so much more to come. While the pictures in my office remind me of how special Palm Coast is and continues to be, peering out of the window reminds me of the possibilities and the connections necessary to move one Palm Coast forward. In 2018, the City Council charted a new course to transform Palm Coast into a smart city, using technology to improve people's lives and to attract more high-tech businesses to our city. And we are already seeing positive results and building momentum. We are expanding our technology infrastructure and have launched a Kickstart incentive program to attract new development to Town Center so we can achieve a true, vibrant downtown for Palm Coast. One of our top priorities is to maximize the potential for our fiber optic network for high-speed data services. FiberNet already connects city facilities, Flagler schools, and some businesses with its 60 miles of conduit, generating $600,000 in revenue for the city every year and saving us over $3 million in data-related expenses since it started 9 years ago. It has more than paid for itself. But it has the potential for so much more, especially as we recruit high-tech businesses to Palm Coast that need this kind of technology. Eventually, we hope to bring FiberNet to residences as we all become more wired and need more and more high-speed connections. The City Council has approved a new broadband business plan, and now the city is seeking a public-private partnership to assist us in our goals of expanding FiberNet. We are hoping to name that partner this summer. We are improving cell phone service across the city. Our first new cell tower has just gone up in Palm Coast Parkway, west of Belterre. AT&T has antennas on the tower, and other cell providers are being recruited. 2 other cell towers will soon go up. One at the Palm Coast Tennis Center and one at the Fire Station 24 on Palm Harbor Parkway. We are expanding our digital services, including online permitting, advanced meter reading, and a pilot program for smart manholes to help us prevent sewage overflows during major rain events. This year, we started a drone program for maintenance of the stormwater systems and other infrastructure and for use during emergencies. We are currently working on high-tech solutions for security at city parks and facilities. The city has partnered with Coastal Cloud, a local technology company, to build a world-class citizen engagement platform. I am excited to announce that Palm Coast Connect will go live in May. Palm Coast Connect will allow citizens to be truly connected to their city with the ability to access city services, resources, and information using their smartphones, tablets, and computers. Previously, citizens could report various issues such as broken equipment at the city park or a pothole or a code violation that needs attention. But there was no efficient way for us to stay in touch with the resident as the problem was corrected. Palm Coast Connect will provide two-way communication so that citizens can remain connected to their city as the issue is resolved. On the back end, Palm Coast Connect will allow city departments to automate work orders and consolidate the many software systems our departments use currently. The technology uses GPS functions and geocoding to allow city crews in the field to respond to reported issues quickly, in the same part of the city where they're already working, and all of this will occur while also communicating the progress back to customer service and the affected areas and the residents. Today, you will be the first to see what we can all expect. Trevor Wilson, a consultant at Coastal Cloud, will now come up to give you a brief demo to show you how it's going to work. Trevor?
Thanks, Mayor. I appreciate that introduction, and it's been great getting to be on this project, getting to work with the city of Palm Coast. They've got such a vision for the future and delivering a really great experience for the citizens of this town. So we're taking a look at the Palm Coast Connect. So right now I'm logged in as a citizen, and I'm going to go ahead and report a concern. Now the benefit of this system, as I start typing in up there, the system is looking into this knowledge base that we're building up of previous entries in the system. I'm able to see, yard waste. I had a question about that, and I've already got the answer at my fingertips. I didn't have to email anyone. I didn't have to pick up a telephone. I'm able to see that knowledge. Now, sometimes we realize that not everything that we're going to ask is going to be on the system. So as I go ahead and I'm going to report a pothole, as soon as I hit submit, this is going to be right up in front of the city, in front of the people that can take action on it. One of the nice features about this, I can also upload a file. So I've got a photo of that pothole. I can go ahead and upload that photo and share that with the city so they can see exactly what I'm talking about. Like I said, as soon as I click submit, the city's got visibility on that. And I also have visibility on that issue on my end. So I can follow along and get that feedback on exactly what the city's doing, what action they're taking to resolve this issue. So we're going to flip our hat a little bit. We're going to see the internal view. So now we're looking at the system as one of the customer service representatives. That rep is going to log in. They can see the available cases that are on their docket to work for the day. And we're going to go ahead and look at that pothole that we just reported. So from the internal view, I can see all the information I need as a city worker to take action on this. I can see that picture of the pothole that the citizen has submitted, so I know exactly what we're talking about. I'm able to escalate that case to make sure that we've got the right people getting out there and getting active to get this taken care of. And benefit of the platform, I can even communicate right from that console. So I can type a reply to the citizen, I can keep them informed and looped in about what's going on. It's a huge benefit to this technology as a citizen You're not gonna be left in the dark about what the city's doing for you. So I can share that. The next step on our tour, we're gonna see what happens when this goes off to Public Works. So right now, we're looking at the scheduling feature that we've got built in here. We can see what assets we have, what they're doing, how we're allocating them, and we're able to get the right people on the ground taking action to resolve that pothole. There's a lot of information kind of baked into the system, so as we click into one of the service appointments that's been created, we can see all the information that those crews are gonna need. Where's this pothole located? We've got the address on there, and we even have an integration with Google Maps where we can see, all right, that's where the pothole's been reported, right over there by the City Hall. I can even get a street view and see, all right, this is the street there, this is where that pothole is. We've got eyes on that, we can dispatch a crew. And in each step in the process, when that crew's out there on the way, the citizen can see, all right, the city sent someone out there to take action on that. Of course, they're gonna take care of that. That pothole's been resolved. And now as a citizen, I log in my email and I see I've got an email from the city letting me know, hey, that's been taken care of and we appreciate you reporting that to us. The final stop is the analytics that this system is gonna deliver to the city. This is gonna allow us to deliver a better experience for the citizens of Palm Coast because we're collecting data on all this work that we're doing. We can see our efficiency, how quickly we're resolving these cases. We can see patterns of problems to preemptively solve things before they come up. And we can see the amount of work that we've got coming in so we can make sure that our resources are being used efficiently as we take care of these issues for the city. So that's our brief little tour of Palm Coast Connect coming May 2019. Thank you, Mary.
Won't this be an exciting new way to stay connected to our citizens using cutting-edge technology? Now I want you to all look out my office window and see the possibilities of our town center as a hub for innovation, technology, and growth. A bustling center where residents can connect, live, work, and play. Close your eyes and visualize sleek offices abuzz with software engineers and small batch manufacturing entrepreneurs overlooking the lake at Central Park. Young professionals and retired neighbors sharing coffee in the sun on the patio next door, medical researchers testing advancements in knee replacement surgery, just a mile down the road, and high school students participating in a hackathon in partnership with a top university. This hackathon will bring together programmers, technologists, and others to our downtown to collaborate and develop a technology solution to solve a problem in an intense and exciting event. A mix of high-tech companies, housing, the park, cultural arts, coffee shops, entrepreneurs, and retail, all in a walkable neighborhood. This is our vision for Town Center, and it will be the future of our city. We are attracting new investment through an Opportunity Zone designation. And this year, we launched an Innovation District and kickstarted a Develop Incentive Program that provides qualified projects a reduction in their utility impact fees. We already have our first 2 projects approved to bring upscale but affordable housing for teachers, nurses, firefighters, and future employees in Town Center. Innovation districts are a fusion of business incubators, hospitals, schools, and universities, and high-tech companies. These creative firms and workers crave proximity so that ideas and knowledge can be transferred quickly and seamlessly. They are highly wired and share space supported by coffee shops and restaurants and public parks, clean industry nearby, housing and retail shops. Innovation districts have the unique potential to spur productive and inclusive economic development. They provide a strong foundation for the creation and expansion of firms and jobs by helping companies, entrepreneurs, and investors co-invent and co-produce new discoveries for the market. Our town center has the perfect ingredients to join this movement. Over 1,600 acres of high-quality development area near the interstate healthcare facilities, high-performing schools, and a master developer who's eager to help us realize our vision. Palm Coast has attributes that many in the high-tech innovation world are looking for. Easy access to the beach, amazing weather, exceptional quality of life, and affordability. This vision is why it's so important to expand our fiber net and upgrade our wireless infrastructure to truly become a smart city. Our new priorities and strategies are already paying off. Palm Coast has been named a finalist in the 2019 North American Smart Cities Readiness Challenge and will be competing against other forward communities such as Dallas, Baltimore, and San Diego to help Palm Coast turn our smart city vision into reality. We have a laser focus, or should I say fiber optic focus, on becoming a smart city, and our city council is determined to fast track those efforts. We have the backbone for the technology. This is the window of opportunity to accomplish our goals, and we're going for it. We need to be able to compete in a global market to be successful with our goals for the Innovation District and Town Center. The expansion of our fiber optic network is an economic development driver, and the use of technology to improve our residents' lives. None of this would be possible without the support of our key stakeholders. We have aligned with strategic partners in an effort to connect and collaborate on these important initiatives, and in doing so, our vision for downtown will become a reality. I want to take a few minutes to highlight some key strategic partnerships. Flagler Schools is on the cutting edge of developing the workforce of tomorrow through their innovative flagship programs for classroom to career success. We could not carry out our vision for our downtown without a world-class K-12 education system. And Flagler Schools is the keystone to our success. In fact, this fall, we are partnering with the I3 program at Flagler Palm Coast High School to design a visual rendering of our future downtown. We're fortunate to have strong leadership representing us in Tallahassee as well. Representative Paul Renner and Senator Travis Hudson are outstanding leaders for us at the state level, and they share our vision for the future of Palm Coast as a hub of innovation and economic growth. The success of Palm Coast could not be possible without private investment in the development of our community. We are fortunate to have Elite Properties as our largest single investor and proud of the vision they created for Palm Coast Town Center. And we are especially thankful for their continued dedication and investment to ensuring our high standards for quality of life as they continue building a town center and throughout Palm Coast. Elite's development team, Douglas Property and Development, has been an outstanding partner for us as we position our downtown for the future. I'm sure you've already seen the positive momentum and development activity that is currently taking place in our town center. The arts play an instrumental role in town center, and I see great promise for how they will shape our future. For the first time, there's a larger conversation taking place with several of our arts groups. They are working collaboratively to plan for a vibrant arts district in the downtown. The Palm Coast Arts Foundation is working on its Performing Arts Center and already offers high-quality programming that brings activity to town center. We're also so pleased by the Gargiulio Art Foundation's recent gift to start a sculpture garden at Central Park to add to our Art in Public Places program. I am looking forward to watching all of these partners come together to enrich our cultural arts experience. Advent Health Palm Coast is not only a great provider in delivering cutting-edge medical services, but is also a great partner in helping realize our vision for the future of downtown. The hospital has invested millions of dollars into medical technology and robotics found in few places in Florida. And their footprint will only grow as they build out their master plan in the coming years. providing additional medical access to excellent health care, bringing more employment opportunities, medical professionals, and people looking to have state-of-the-art procedures completed in Palm Coast. Recently, the hospital announced a $25 million project for a freestanding emergency department coming to North Palm Coast, providing even more access to high-quality medical care for our community. Advent Health Palm Coast also enriches us through its outreach program and community education. One initiative I've learned about as mayor is the Advent Health Foundation Palm Coast Diabetes Alliance. The purpose of the alliance is to raise awareness for the prevention and treatment of this life-threatening disease and to expand education, support, and resources within our community. One member of the board's foundation is especially passionate about diabetes education and awareness, and she's been the driving force behind the work of the Diabetes Alliance. Laura Gilberry is especially driven in her mission because her husband, John Gilberry, has type 1 diabetes, the form of the disease in which the body does not produce insulin. Laura and the Foundation Alliance are working tirelessly to connect with our residents to promote better health and wellness. It's personal for Laura, but this mission is making a major impact on the overall health of our community. And in the process, they are literally saving lives. Laura, to honor your leadership and dedication to helping others in our community, would you please come forward to receive the 2019 Mayor Citizen of the Year Award? Connections. They are all around us. Amazing citizens like Laura Gilberry, Sheriff Staley, and Riley Ohelga, our public servants, the civic organizations that give us our heart and soul, the businesses that drive our economic engine, our strategic partners as we plan for the future for our downtown. In conclusion today, I would like to go back to the theme of this year's State of the City. One Palm Coast. The key word being one. We come together with a purpose for the future of our community. All of us, business owners, civic leaders, government employees, elected officials, and all the citizens of Palm Coast have a stake in the future of our community. It is of the utmost importance that we continue working together to keep Palm Coast progressing in a positive way for future generations, so that we are a robust, well-rounded community that is always stretching, reaching, and growing. We are poised for something big, for our residents, and above all, for the children that will be future leaders in Palm Coast. I especially look forward to our connections with Elite Properties, Douglas Property Development, Flagler Schools, Advent Health Palm Coast, the Palm Coast Arts Foundation, the Gargiulio Art Foundation, our state partners, and the others that are joining us to complete exciting projects in our downtown. Please stay tuned, as I'm sure many exciting developments are to come in 2019 and beyond. In just a moment, we're going to end with a short video to help you see the possibilities through my window and inspire you to join with us. But before that, I just want to tell you how honored I am to be your mayor, and how much I appreciate the chance to be part of this occasion. I'm proud of the state of the city today, and I'm excited about our bright future ahead. Thank you for attending, and thank you for being part of our future. We are one Palm Coast.
Here we are,
In closing, thank you, Mayor Holland. That was a great presentation, One Palm Coast. I especially like the Be Local, Buy Local. Congratulations to Riley Opelka, Rick Staley, Laura Gavari for the civic awards they received. Thank you to our sponsors, city staff, the Observer staff. Thank you all for attending. Have a great weekend and be careful driving home. Thank you.